Alright guys, so we just arrived here at the Barcelona circuit and we're here for the third round of Clio Cup Italy 2024. Today there will be no driving, we're just here to do a track walk. Now I will show you my car and then later we go and do the track walk. Alright guys, so here we are in the cockpit of my race car. I will tell you some information about this car. So it's a Clio 5. It has a 1.3 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine with about 200 horsepower. These cars weigh about 1000 kilo in racing spec without the driver. And yeah, all the cars are the same. We have a 5-speed sequential gearbox, a complete roll cage inside the car, bucket seat, and of course racing steering wheel. We have on the steering wheel the pit limiter button and the radio button. So unfortunately in this championship we are not allowed to use the radio, but we have the pit limiter for entering the pit lane. Yeah, that's pretty much about it.
Then I went out on track together with one of my engineers. This being my first time on the circuit, it was very useful to take a walk around it. I've already practiced this track on the simulator before, but during the walk I found out that the layout has been changed. This last chicane has been removed and got replaced by a single right turn. With this change the track got much smoother, because the previous chicane was very tight and slow. Now it's much faster and the lap times are reduced by about 4 seconds. Alright, it's the next day. We're going out on track for the first time driving. It's a new track for me, and also I haven't been driving for over 3 months because of the summer break. So I have to get used to the car again and also to the track. So I kept it really calm. I tested the car a little bit, tested the track, did a few laps. Then I went into the pit lane to check the tire pressures, because I was starting to have a lot of understeer. I explained the issue to my mechanics and we lowered the tire pressures. Then I went out on track again to do a few more laps and see if the issue is resolved. This was my fastest lap of this session. I did a 2 minutes 3.9 seconds, which was a pretty good lap time for my first time on this track, and it qualified me for P20. Although we lowered the tire pressures, I still had a lot of understeer. That's definitely something we need to work on before the next session, to find a good setup for the car which gives me less understeer, especially in the long corners, which there are many of on this track. first free practice session was over and we had to wait until the next morning to do the second free practice session.
Alright, good morning guys, it's the next day, it's Friday, so we're about to start the second free practice session. You see we're waiting in a pre-grid and I'll see you in the session.
This session was early in the morning and it was very cold, so we needed a lot of time to warm up the tires. After I warmed up the tires, I found the driver named Arduini. Arduini is competing in the same classification as me, which is the junior classification. It's for drivers under 23 years and he's currently the leader in the junior classification. We did a few laps together, I gave him the slipstream, then he gave it back to me and we both managed to improve our lap times. My best lap time was a 2 minutes and 3.6 seconds. My car had a lot less understeer than in the first free practice session, but there was still some room for improvement regarding the qualifying session. Alright guys, the first part of this racing weekend is over. Stay tuned for the next video where I will be showing you the qualifying sessions and what happened in race 1 and race 2. Bye!